I want to have Javier, the commissioner, handle that, but I think that I was in an event last night in Middletown, and we're talking about that I signed the executive order yesterday that retired teachers can teach a full year, not impacting their pension. So we'll bring them in, but I think that we got good news here in terms of where we currently are, and it's a lot of the work that's been done by the commissioner's office as well as the superintendent. So I'll let them handle the update of where we are, but I think it's very good news.
Yeah, so the numbers are similar to every year. So I don't want there to be any confusion about that. And classroom teachers, I think it's down to like, what was it, like 18?
18 classrooms.
18 classroom teachers, which is the lowest that we've had ever. So I don't want anyone to be confused about the numbers. You know, when we say the 73, we're talking about across the board. But classroom teachers, we're down to a very low number. So I think that there's no need to worry. The district is on it, and I don't know if the superintendent wants to add anything, but we are moving forward, as we do every year.
I would like to echo what the commissioner has stated. Yes, there are 18 classrooms, but we do have coverage for every one of those classrooms, and we're making sure that we're going to continue to hire for those positions. We want high-quality teachers, high-quality educators in our building, so we're going to continue, even if we have to go in through the year, we will continue working on filling each and every one of those positions.
I have a few more questions. So I don't know, how are you guys planning on measuring, you know, where students are academically, if there was any sort of potential learning loss through the virtual schooling and sort of the hybrid learning? I don't know if you have a plan to address that for this year. How do you measure that?
Sure, but not just in Providence, but throughout the state. So we took advantage of our stimulus money last year, and we brought interim assessments for most of the districts. So the districts have data on how their kids were doing throughout the year with these assessments, and now we will have the RICAS scores. We took the RICAS for the first time last year. I anticipate, like every other state that already has their scores, that there's going to be some sort of a drop. We will have that ready by mid-October. We'll be able to compare, and part of the goal is to figure out where every student is and be able to push it out so that we can have curriculum instruction that's tailored. We don't want to do box things, but really tailored to the needs of the students. And this year, for the first time, we're going to have an app for the parents. You know, the governor said, parents need to know where the kids are. I can't tell you how many times he keeps telling me that. So we have gone out and we've gotten an app that will explain to the parents exactly what their scores mean for their individual child. So that's something that we've never had. We're going to have it in multiple languages because we're very aware that nationwide we've experienced some, a bump, decrease. We don't know yet, but we will know by next month, and we'll be able to share that. And then come with a plan on what we're going to do. Parents, we're thinking about your kids. What does your child need?
Is there a number on how many students who were doing distance learning last year full-time are returning back this year? How many students are still in distance learning this year?
We don't have distance learning this year. Unless there is a medical reason, we're all in person. That's a commitment that the president put out. The governor has made sure that that is our agenda from day one. We are back.
I have a question for Commissioner. So there was a claim from the Providence Teachers Union that teachers are leaving because they're feeling disrespected and villainized by you as well as RIDE. What is your comment to that?
So this is a district that has been failing for more than 30 years. There has to be change. That's all I have to say. There has to be change. If there isn't change, then we're not going to make the change. That's it.
Let me weigh in a little bit on that question too. That's not what I'm hearing. That's not what I'm seeing with the teachers that I'm meeting with and the interaction that I'm having right now. I think they're ready for the task. We thank them for that. And they're ready. I think that one of the things that really was important was that we have a contract in place. And as a result of that, they're part of the enthusiasm that I'm seeing on every school that I'm going to and visiting with them and talking to the leadership in the union. They're prepared and they're ready to go. But as the commissioner said, we're going to make this happen. and we're going to make sure that everybody's involved in that effort. That's why we're here today, to start off today with the crossing guards, right, and as well as the bus drivers. And I'm happy to see that they're fully ready to go. And then we get to the schools and start talking to the kids and the parents and the teachers and all the administrators that are working together. But that's not what I'm hearing on the ground. So I'm not sure what you're referring to, but what I'm seeing firsthand, they're very excited, very enthusiastic. I've been at professional developments with teachers, with the commissioner, with the superintendent, and the teachers are ready to go, and I'm really pleased about that. And then we'll make sure that this recovery that we are under, that the commissioner's talking about, we'll make sure that this recovery happens for every student in the state of Rhode Island, and we're going to need everybody's help, including the entire team, as the superintendent says. We're one team, right? So there you go.
I have another question.
This will be the last question. We have to move on to the next one.
Bringing another claim up from a former teacher who felt discriminated, blatantly discriminated against, and within the school district causing a lack of diversity within school staff. Do you have a comment about that?
Can you repeat the question, because I want to make sure I'm answering this correctly?
Yeah, so there was a claim from a former teacher that there was blatant racism and discrimination within the school district because of the lack of school staff diversity.
So as we know, that part of the turnaround plan is to make sure that we continue to hire teachers of color. So we're actually working on that right now. But I have not heard that story, but I will get back to you if I hear anything about this. But definitely working on making sure that the highly qualified educators are in, and making sure that we're also hiring teachers of colors as well.
Just real quick, any other top priorities now that the contract is settled as part of that turnaround that you want to mention? Any other top
My top priority is getting this day started, making sure that our students are in school and return in full in person. That's what I'm looking for. We want a successful day and a successful year.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.